I'm going to keep it real here. When it comes to grinding out the relic weapon, there's a lot of misinformation floating around, and I'm going to first of all debunk that. There are people talking about how you could, say, use the minimum item level in order to queue in and get into lower level content, and how that's apparently a prolific method. As you can see here, I queued in as a item level 93 summoner, and that I clearly got Zodiark. To date, I really think that the only method that you can really do to guarantee a lower level queue is to literally have an alternate job. Because they're not going to put your level 25 or 30 ninja into 100 dungeon. And so I guess if you are really trying to speed things up, you could do that and spam leveling roulette that way. But personally, I actually think that that is a horrendous idea because Tasha is one of the most annoying dungeons on the planet for me. No healer OGCDs, no fun of buttons to play, and you need to start clicking a bunch of very specific items in there. Miss me with it, I'm so sorry. Or Copper Bell Mines. Holy crap, that's annoying. So, do I recommend doing that? Not really. I do need to question, what is the current speedrun for Copper Bell Mines? Oh my gosh. But let's shift gears here and talk about why you would want to do this. And there are kind of two main avenues. Let's say the most important one, which is one valid criticism I agree with. So if you look at the current limited tomestone, which is currently going to be Tomestone of Mathematics, you can trade 500 of those for one of the item that you need to buy to purchase alternative relic weapons for the alternative jobs. So if you are relic hunting or want a particular set of weapons, you're going to need to get all of these tomestones of mathematics into those items. So it really kind of does suck if you're going for that, because if you'll just by playing the game get this capped out at 2,000 really easily. And so that's a lot of tomestones that you're spending on, and I'm going to be quite frank here, mostly worthless garbage. Yes, there's some stuff that you could sell for gil on the market board, but if you're going for relics, this really does feel a little bad that we have to complete this step fully before we can purchase that item. I don't know how you would write it into the quest. Maybe be like, hey, at the same time as you are doing this quest for Geralt of Rivia, you actually need to go and purchase this item for more tomestones. Hell, maybe that's exactly how they should do it. Because the one major justification for grinding out the step is that, in my opinion, because it does suck to see your tomestones capped. Now, one idea that I have seen floating around that I do believe has a little bit less merit is, let's say that you are in the Savage Raid tier, which a lot of people have cleared for a while now. And that you don't have, obviously, the best in slot weapon. So in that instance, you are going to be in a position where you could easily have gone the Tomestone weapon, which is 5 item levels higher than the Relic. And so if you're truly at the point where you are finessing through the details of item levels this finely, you are better off getting the Tomestone weapon. Just do the normal raid for a few weeks and doing that. And anyone who was thinking about this probably has it by then. So I suppose the more valid thing would be, let's say that you're raiding on an alt, like an alternative job. So in that instance, I do believe that this could be a little bit of a pain point, but at the same point in time, I don't feel so much so, because let's say that you're raiding on an alt job. Do you really need those 5 item levels more in order to clear particular content? I'm sure some people could argue yes, but I would argue that your exposure to the fight and its mechanics should absolutely be more of a factor than a few item levels. But we're really picking at threads here. So I think that the Relic questline, obviously the best method to cheese it, in my opinion, is still going to be just slamming the roulettes. But I want to keep it even more real here than that, because I think that a lot of people are looking at me in particular and going, hey, why aren't you grinding this out? And I'm just going to keep it incredibly real with you all. There's just so much shit going on in my life right now, and I've really been toning it down on this channel. I have been trying my best to shut the fudge up. There's just a lot of shit going on, and so I don't really want to sit down and grind it out. as well as this relic step is really a blessing, because just by passively doing whatever you're already doing in the game, you're going to be getting this. So, for instance, Hell on Rails Extreme, I still need to farm that out. You get a lot for doing that. Expert Roulette, even though I don't really like doing Expert Roulette and would prefer the Hunt Train, but you get a lot there. So, also Savage Raid clears. My re-clears actually gave me a bunch. So I'm really at the point where I'm going to passively have to get it. And I know that that sounds maybe like a cop-out to some of you, but just given some of the difficulties, like, how to say it? I'm obviously a software engineer. I have over 6 years of experience and 2 degrees, and I just lost my job a few months ago, and I've been trying to find something, and so when it comes to grinding out the relic right now, I know that it's probably not, like, I probably even shouldn't even say that in this video, but I know that people just appreciate realness and honesty, and it's just not as high of a priority just because I have that so urgently. But I'm so sorry to anyone that I know doesn't want to hear this. It's just, I apologize, but that's why I'm not grinding out the relic, if that makes sense. Because I can passively do it in the things that I'm already doing in the game in order to get ahead. Like, obviously I need to complete Best in Slot. I am looking forward to doing that raid. A lot of people are looking forward to doing it with me. But to just sit down and grind it is a little bit out of my scope right now. And again, sorry, I'm trying to keep talking about any of this to a minimum. It's just, that is my reason for why. But yeah, take care everyone, and I hope that you're doing well. And yeah, in terms of grinding speed, I do believe that it would be better to do whatever you're interested in the game. Like, if you want pure speed, probably leveling roulette, go in on White Mage, DPS your heart out. You'll get the dungeon much quicker. Usually a lot of pug healers aren't going to DPS as well as you probably could if you were on White Mage, and White Mage does have the highest personal damage by far. It's really not too bad. In terms of Occult Crescent, do Occult Crescent if you want to. If you're just doing Savage Reclears, which is what I'm doing, you're definitely going to be getting a lot. If you haven't farmed out the mount from Hell on Rails, definitely do that. Like, the nice thing about this relic step versus the last one is that you have so many options at this point that basically if you're just playing the game in any capacity, you will have the relic weapon done by the time that the next stuff comes out. And I know that some people are going to be like, oh, that's such a cop-out for me, but that's just the truth. And unfortunately, that does mean that I'm going to lose a lot of tomestones of mathematics, which is what I said earlier, does suck. But it's something that I wish that they would improve in the future. Let's put it that way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to re-edit this clip and say, if you want to help me, it's ad-free. I'm not asking for your money. Just check out my website, fx.gg. All I have right now is strategy boards, and I am working a hell of a lot behind the scene. That is like my number one focus right now, on getting more features to hopefully help the community out. And so if you want to check that out, that would actually go a long way to helping me out. Again, ad-free. I'm not asking for your money, but what I do hope is that you just use it. Like, please use this. Yeah, please just use it. Honestly, I think that would bring me the most joy, because right now, I'm not gonna lie, I am so in my head and I'm feeling really useless. So yeah, it's ad-free. I'm not asking for your money. Just please just use it, please. And I do think it's good. Like I put in a lot of time into this tool. And sorry, I'm rambling. I'm stopping this video right now, but shoot, sorry. It's just been a really hard day. I'm sorry.